All right, welcome race fans. We are live here under the lights tonight, Daytona International Speedway for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice. And man, I tell you what, I call this place the epicenter of motorsports for the NASCAR and Oval Series here tonight. Was always myself, Joe White up here in the booth, and I'm accompanied by Don Runkle. Don, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, Joe. How you doing? I hope you had a good 4th of July weekend.
Absolutely, and I know a lot of fans out there probably did. Did you set off a lot of fireworks?
Nah, not really. We just kind of stayed at home and chilled out and tried to comfort the dog.
Comfort the dog. Oh yeah, the dogs, man, they definitely are. Yeah, they get scared, don't they?
Yeah, she's barking up a storm when she hears that. But it was still a good weekend though. Some good time off, and now we're back to racing here at Daytona.
Absolutely. Daytona International Speedway here tonight. Like I said, this place, man, is a super center here. I mean, there's an awesome speedway around this place here. Well, tonight, got a special sponsor here. And a unique name of the sponsor, Kick-Ass Beef Jerky. That's right. So we're going to call it the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky 200. And folks, if you're interested in getting some, look on the description down there in the bottom of the broadcast on YouTube. I put a link in to their website. If you like it, I want to appreciate the guys there at the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky. They sent us out some packets. I got some. I know, Don, you got some. There's a couple other guys got some. And man, stuff was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was actually really good. Yeah, I want to thank those guys over there at Kick-Ass Beef Jerky. They sent me some beef jerky in the mail, some spicy stuff, some little sausages. They were really good, man. Really good product. And yeah, go to kickassbeefjerky.com. You guys can go get yourself some.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, right there, that's going to be one of the title sponsors here for the Daytona International Speedway here tonight. As like I said, these guys, man, are just going to rumble around this place. As always, we're in the middle of qualifying right now, so these guys are definitely getting geared up. And yes, folks, up there on the ticker, for some reason, there's a couple names that are missing, but I think that's something to do with iracing or how they put the names in. But 66, that's Tommy Ryan, and the 52 is actually Justin Fuller. So we'll keep you up to date here on who's who.
Yeah, we'll keep you guys up to date on their, where they are and positions and all that good stuff. But looks like right now, early in qualifying, we got Josh Parker sitting on pole so far.
Absolutely, Josh Parker, man, up there with a good quick time on the top side. As we've got a good field out here tonight. Looks like about 40 machines out here. You know what this place is? It's almost like a rumble in the jungle when they get out here and go side by side and get 2 by 2.
Daytona can be a driver's best friend and a worst enemy. So, guys can pick up their first wins here. Guys that maybe necessarily don't always get wins each and every week have a good chance of getting a win here. But at the same time, you got just as good of a chance getting caught up in that big one, which it's just the nature of the beast at the restrictor plate tracks. And,
it's unique that you say the big one. It's usually not if, it's usually when that one happens.
You're absolutely right about that, Joe. It'll happen. We always have them. It's inevitable. We know it's going to happen. We look for it. We enjoy seeing the replays of it. But as a driver, you don't want to be caught up in it.
Everybody likes wrecks, man. What do you think?
Everybody likes wrecks. That's the only reason why we watch this.
That's right. There you go. I'm going to tell you what, and I don't know if anybody caught the last Daytona that they just did this past Saturday, which, hats off to Eric Jones, but really I feel like there was nobody else left on the track.
There's nobody else left, yeah.
But I mean, hey,
Ricky Stenhouse took care of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and everybody's down on Ricky Stenhouse. But you know what? I mean, that's plate track racing, typical stuff. We've seen it for years, and it is what it is. I mean, I don't know. That was just a wild race.
That was a great race. And that's the nature of the beast of these restrictor plate races. You just never know when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, if you're going to get involved, if it's going to be in front of you, behind you, if you're going to sneak through. That's just the nature of the beast. And the thing is, at this place, you just want to keep your car clean until the end, because that's when the real racing happens.
Well, the week prior we saw Kyle Busch run over Larson, and everybody was like, "Wow, that's great racing." Well, Stenhouse went out there and bump drafting everybody out the way, and that's bad racing. So make up your mind which one you want, race fans.
Well, I think Jonathan Cadell made up his mind with that paint scheme that he's sporting tonight.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. He's got a good paint job out there tonight, don't he?
Yeah, I believe he's got a Ricky Stenhouse tribute paint scheme.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely see. So hopefully he doesn't get up there, man, and knock everybody out the way.
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. But yeah, it should be a good race here. I mean, you know, we got a lot of talent in this field. We got a really big field for Daytona tonight. You're going to see bump drafts, and you're going to see 3 wide. You might even see 4 wide. We should have some really good racing out here. These guys, they're, you know, real professional. They know how to bump draft. They know how to give and take. So we'll just see how it goes.
They do, and tonight's going to be interesting to see. I mean, these guys are, you know, we got 40-something guys out here. It's going to be interesting. I mean, it's going to be huge. It's going to be, obviously, the package that they've got out here is going to allow them to go side by side for a while. If it goes a long green flag run, obviously they're going to get broke up, maybe go single file there. And we got 80 laps here. Patience, and I know that's a hard thing to do here when you're inches upon inches from each other, but you got to have some patience out here to make it to the end.
Well, you know what I say about Daytona and restrictor plate racing? I don't have time for patience. I have to be at the front, and I have to be at the front now because that's where I can be clean. So you're going to see a lot of those guys trying to do that too. Some of these guys are probably going to either hang back, or they might have just qualified just so they can get those pit stall selections, and then they'll fall back once the race starts. I think you're going to see a lot of different strategies with that tonight. Like you said, it's all about trying to avoid it and having patience and who to push and when to push them.
There you go. Absolutely. And it's going to be a good one here, though, as looks like qualifying. We got about 2 minutes left. Josh Parker still the man on top right there. Chad Coleman right up underneath him. Tommy Ryan sitting in third. Justin Fuller in fourth. And Jimmy Coleman rounds at the top 5 as of right now. Folks, we're live here tonight under the lights here, Daytona International Speedway for the kick-ass beef jerky 200. And, you know, if you want some good beef jerky, if you love beef jerky, if that's your thing, I mean, hey, it was actually pretty good. I really don't eat a lot of it or anything, but got a link down there in the subscription on the YouTube page. Go check them out. Order you up some. And those guys appreciate them. Appreciate them coming on board here tonight.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate them coming on board tonight for sponsoring tonight's race. Yeah, Kick-Ass Beef Jerky 200 presented by Transervice.
That's
right.
right.
Be a great race tonight.
Yeah, can't forget about Transervice. Like I say, awesome logistics company there. They've been in business for a very, very long time. And hey, if you're looking for anything as far as delivery wise, shipping or anything like that, yeah, check those guys out, man. Transervice, also logistics, and they have been on board all season long, so we definitely want to give them a shout out there and enjoy it. They're here for the whole season. I think they're going to come back in for the next season, so it's going to be awesome. And yeah, Nick Cohan, you got a fan club out there.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about Nick Cohan too much because his head tends to swell up. He might be able to not fit in that car afterwards, so, you know.
Man, there you go. Well, that might be
He's
true.
a friend of mine. I can say that.
Oh, okay, gotcha. There you go.
Actually, I was just about to ask you, who's your pick for tonight, man? We got to have some picks for tonight.
Ooh, I tell you what, Daytona, normally you could pretty much come out here and say who you like. Daytona, the one thing about here is I call this a wild card race, and the reason I say that is because I'm not going to say qualifying doesn't matter here, but man, you can start in the back, middle, front, and come up here and win this thing. Definitely. You got to have a little bit of luck here, along with a little skill also. But man, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna go with a new guy out here, John T. Wimmis. I know old John Wimmis out here, so
okay,
I'm gonna pull on for him.
Number 19.
Number 19, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with the 26 of Speedy Gonzalez tonight, Jose.
All right.
I don't know why. I just have a feeling about Speedy tonight. Maybe he can get it done, and I can celebrate with some tacos afterwards.
There you go. Well, let's grid these boys up here tonight because the man on pole, Josh Parker, puts it out front. Chad Coleman there sitting in second. Third place man, Tommy Rhines. Justin Fuller starts fourth. Fifth place starter tonight, Jimmy Coleman. Sixth place man, Jose Gonzalez, the guy you was just talking about right there. Seventh place starter, Dan Dyer. I hope I said that right. And eighth place starter, Randy Yoakum. Ninth place man Greg Evans, and round out the top 10, Corbin Hemstreet. Look through the rest of the field. Hey, I say it week in and week out. Star-studded, skill-based. We got a lot of talent out here tonight at Daytona.
Yeah, there's so much talent in this field right here. Josh Parker, like you said, on the pole right there. You know, Tommy Ryan in the 66, he's very fast, so we'll have to check him out too. You know, Jose's up there, Randy Yoakum's up there, Greg Evans. I mean, you got some names up there you might not normally see. They're starting out a race, but like you said, this is Daytona. This is a wild card. Anything can happen. In 5 laps,
got Travis McQuistal in there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Travis is starting that. That's right. I think he's probably making one of his first starts. I think he finally got his hardware issues taken care of. So, yeah, he's going to be starting tonight too. So I'm glad to see him in the field.
Absolutely. Well, we got a who's who, Trey Edson, who won the last race there at Sonoma. Definitely he's in the field tonight. A lot of guys just qualifying in the back, some qualifying up front. Again, really just I don't want to say qualifying's not important, but man, here at a race like this, you can start just about anywhere and bring it to the front.
Yeah, you definitely can do that. I mean, we were just talking pre-race about how, you know, you can start in the back and work your way up all the way up to the front. You know, whether it's a league race, an iRacing official race, whatever it could be, Daytona is definitely the place that if you just pick the right moves, you can start from the back and be at the front in no time.
Well, here we go. The guys are rolling off pit road here. Pace cars pulling them around here tonight as we're going to get set here to go green flag racing. 80 laps is going to be put on the board here for these guys. It's going to be mayhem for under the lights of Daytona. Like I said, I call it the epicenter here. I mean, it is a huge facility, 2.5 miles here, super center. And we was talking about Justin Fuller out there. He does have an awesome looking patriotic paint scheme out there.
Yeah, a lot of guys have some new paint schemes out there, you know, showing the stars and stripes, celebrating 4th of July. I know we're a little bit past it, but, you know, for us, this is our 4th of July race, our halfway point. So a lot of these guys are going to have those patriotic schemes out there.
Absolutely. Well, he said he wanted me to get a good shot of it. That's about as good a shot as you're going to get. A side shot of it. Show everybody what that thing looks like.
There you go. Be proud of it.
Absolutely. Pace cars pulling them around. I tell you what, you can feel the intensity is about to build for these guys up here as they're going to get up to almost 200 mile an hour, and they're going to be inches upon inches of each other for several laps. You just got to hang on to the wheel, pray and hope nothing, man, goes wrong. Pace cars coming out of turn 4, and that slow march to the front here, and we'll take that hard left turn off on pit road and let the man out front bring this field to life here, Daytona style. We're about set to go racing, and here we go. Green flag flies. We're already racing in. Guys already trying to line them up in the back, but
yeah,
for a while it's going to take about a lap for them to get up to speed, ain't it?
Yeah, it looked like somebody got a bad start, or maybe somebody had a miscommunication there on the start, kind of further back in the field. We'll have to see. But yeah, they're 2x2 right now.
Yes, they are. Actually, right now, Josh Parker, he has also got the freight train rolling. The top guys already single file. Now, we were talking about patience. Can they have the patience to be able to do it and just be able to hang on to it?
Yeah, I mean, right now, a lot of these guys in the front, they just want to be single file, just exactly where they are, happy to be where they're at, and keep the car clean. Guys in the back, they're probably going to go 2x2, try to keep up with the guys in the front, keep the draft. That's the most important thing. You want to stay in the draft. Don't get hung out to dry.
Well, there you go. Well, got a little request here, 48. You want a close-up of it? Boom, there you go. 48 machine. Nick Solomon right there. There you go, Daniel. I always try to, if I can, I try to help him out. Right now, he's caught almost 3 wide back there, so he's in a good battle.
Yeah, he is. He's a great battle 3 wide. It looks like it's kind of cleared up a little bit now, back at 2, but
yeah, he's on the outside. Now, here's the thing. These guys talked about it. In the race here back in February, we saw the high line come to play. They were able to stay side by side. That's one of the things about iRacing here with these cars that is the biggest complaint about the Cup car. You can't get up high. You can't pass high. Well, what are we going to be able to see that high line come into play tonight?
You know, I think we're going to be able to see it come into play. Like I was saying, I did some official iRacing races over the weekend at Daytona in a B class and A class, And a lot of the cars, you know, if the low line holds the bottom and they don't weave back and forth and they can hold tight on that bottom, you can get a good side draft on the high side with no one behind you and pass cars. So, I mean, I've done it myself. I couldn't even believe it. It is possible to do it. So it's just a matter of being able to trust the guys that are on the load side, be able to side draft them, run tight, and it's basically just a matter of skill, having the skill to be able to draft that close together side by side.
Well, right now, these guys, man, are mixing it up pretty good on the back. Up front, though, they are still trying to go side by side. Chad Coleman, he's going to try to bring that top side along with us. They got 3 cars high and a whole slew of them down low, but you still got Justin Fuller as he's bringing that high line to life around Josh Parker.
Yeah, he's making that high line work, and like I said, if you get a couple cars that are really hooked up and they suck into those guys below them, they can really get a good draft going.
Well, right now...
Sorry if I'm distracted. I really got a nasty storm coming through right now. I anticipate my power going out any minute.
That's all right. Well, hey, look, I mean, you know, power goes out, come back the best you can. We'll keep it rolling up here. But I tell you what, new leader Justin Fuller brings the red white stripes up to the front, along with Malik Ray. Well, that's a guy we definitely hear week in and week out, and he's already brought that thing to the front.
He's already to the front. He's right there in second place. He's battling, trying to get that first position. Right now, I mean, you know, he's just drafting, happy where he's at. Looks like those guys behind him are just kind of lined up, and everybody further back is up side by side. So maybe they can make that high line work again and get something going.
Well, Nick Solomon's trying to bring the high line along with him there. He's got some help up top as these guys, man, are trying to rumble through here. That looks like the high line's got a little bit of help, so we're going to see if it actually can pull to the front right now.
Yeah, they're trying to make it work. You know, if those guys that are the guys that are up front, if they stay in that single file pack and they can kind of like maybe go a car length above that yellow line, then they can actually make it a little difficult for those guys to get lined up on the high side.
Well, so far so good. These guys are definitely rumbling, and it's a good run so far that these guys are having. As you see, man, they're still single file up front. But you see, old Nick Solomon, he's still trying to hang on to that top side. He's got help with the 8 machine there of Randy Yoakum.
Yeah, Randy's trying to get tucked up behind him and give him a little bit of help up there. You can see Randy, if he wants to, he can go down low, but he's not. But if you look at Solomon, he's actually trying to suck up to that car next to him and get that side draft. You'll see him when he came out of the corner into the straight. He got right up next to that car that was on the low side.
Yes, he did. Like you just said, side draft definitely plays a factor here in iRacing. They're able to utilize that side draft just like they are in real life. As up front, they're still single file. Justin Fuller has the lead, along with Malik Ray right in second place. Josh Parker sitting in third. Like we're watching right now as this high line is trying to get formed up a little bit. They're going back here a little bit to the 5th place machine. Corbin Hemstreet, he's looking pretty good. He's got Eric Arnold there behind him.
Yeah, a lot of these guys got a good little space between them, and I think some of these guys are trying to do that on purpose. They're trying to, you know, keep the air between them and the car in front of them to either keep their cars, you know, a little cooler so they don't overheat too early, and just give them a little bit of a buffer in case anything happens in front of them.
Yep, there you go. Well, you know, I was talking about the 19 John T. Wimbish. Well, there you go. He's sitting actually in, well, 19th, 18th.
Yeah, that high line's trucking. They're trying to get organized up there. They're making some ground slowly but surely. They're trying to make it work.
And, you know, that's the thing. If they can slowly but surely get that high line to work, they might be able to get up there and battle. We saw the high line a minute ago. That's how Justin Fuller got the lead, but he got some help. But here comes the 48. He's bringing a freight train of cars along with him, so that he's got about 4 or 5 machines up high that are working with him. We're going to see if he can't bring that line to the front. He's doing it right now.
He's trying right now. He's got 4 cars lined up. There ain't nobody behind him, nobody in front of him. There, you know, somebody might kind of stick out later on. Yep, a couple people are starting to latch on. You have somebody else that looks like they're trying to latch onto the back of that group. But those guys, they're being successful. They're trying to run that up there. Oh, looks like we got some trouble.
Trouble already in the back. Car around. Looks like the 7 machine.
And I'm not sure, but I want to say that looks like it might have been a warping issue. I think I might have saw a car warp before that accident.
Yeah, but boy, I'll tell you what, we got an even huge mess up in the front. I don't know what happened afterwards. Yeah, right there. I'm going to try to get a better close-up of that if I possibly can. Let me go back just a little bit and see if I can't get a better close-up for the view here. It looks like he got Oh, the 8 machine went up and got into the wall.
Yep,
came
exactly
down
right.
into him. Yep.
Yep, you're exactly
Randy
right. That's
Yoakum.
exactly.
Ouch. Oh, man, I tell you what, a lot of cars involved. But then again, up front, too, let's watch what the 8 does here, because after that incident, man, it was almost like a pile-up. But, yeah, he went up there, tagged the wall. Oh, and then the 8 caught the 34, the 45, and, man, it was just a mess from there.
Yeah, they had nowhere to go. It was just a huge stack
Wow.
up. Bunch of cars just had nowhere to go at all.
Whew, so kind of a mini big one.
That took out a good amount of cars right there.
Well, it almost like resembles like what we saw in this past Saturday. When something happens in front of the field, there's nothing you can do.
There's absolutely nothing you can do. You can't check up because the guy behind you might hit you. You can't slow down enough because the track is, you know, you're doing 200 miles an hour and you're running 2 inches from each, 40 other cars. There's only so much you can do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And we hate to see a lot of those machines just get tore up right there. Just watching the kind of different views here from different drivers. And that 8, he went up there, tagged the wall, came off the wall, and then came across the nose of the 34, and it was just pretty much a pile up from there, and everybody trying to check up. Oh, Brian Boris Cook almost got out of that one. Not quite.
Yeah, that was a nasty one. That was the big one we were talking about, folks, right there.
Yeah. And, everybody did their job behind them, slowing up, and just the one car just got turned right in the middle of that pack.
Yeah, I'm watching a replay of it right now. 7
Wow.
car took a devastating hit to the inside wall.
Yeah, he did. Slammed that thing hard. So under caution here for the first time here tonight. Daytona under the lights here, folks, for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice. We're here live for the, well, kick-ass beef jerky. And right there, they just got a lot of tails kicked on that one.
Yeah, we definitely wadded up a whole lot of good race cars right there. Yeah, we'll just have to see, when this thing gets going green again, we'll have to see which cars still have a shot. Some guys might not have too much body damage, but they might have some engine damage. So we'll just have to see how this works out when they go back green and how everybody stacks up.
Hate to see that on a lot of these guys' ends, because they were running really good up front. But again, like what you just said, you just never know. I mean, you could be up front, middle, in the back, and you can get caught up in something.
Sometimes the only safe place to be at this place is on pit road.
Yeah, in the garage. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Unless we're at that one race one time where one of the cars went flying over the fence into the garage, and then tried to kill everybody.
I think that was Greg Evans.
Yeah,
that was Greg Evans in Charlotte.
It was. Yep.
I believe he ruined those people's barbecue.
He wanted to report that nobody was killed in the process. So there we go.
I think there might have been a few hamburgers that were bruised or dirty when they fell off the grill, but other than that, no casualties.
Oh man, I tell you, yeah, no doubt. Well, looks like a lot of guys didn't come into the pits. Everybody maybe from 15th on back opted to come into pit road. I mean, we've only been out there for about 10 laps, 11 laps so far. Tires, that's something that we talk about week in and week out here, Don. But, really, tires don't wear as fast here. You're probably going to see some guys do a 2-tire stop. Would you do a 2-tire stop here?
Oh, definitely. I do 2-tire stop pretty much no matter what at the restrictor plate races, unless I, spin my tires or if I avoid a wreck and I'm sliding or, flat spot them, something like that. But normally especially if it's a green flag pit stop, then I'll only do 2 tires. If it's a, under caution, I might consider taking 4. It just depends on where I am on the track. But like you said, tires really are not an issue here. Some guys might not even take tires at all. They'll just take fuel.
Well, again, I want to appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. We're live here at YouTube, Twitch, the OSRN Network. Obviously, iRacing live here tonight. I want to appreciate those guys over there at iRacing allowing us to bring this awesome league and this awesome broadcast here tonight. Also, there on putting it out on Twitter too. I like calling it Twitter, but it's Twitter, whichever way you want to call it. So, I just want to appreciate everybody tuning in. What you think about the race so far? Hey, let me know your comments. Who you pulling for? I've seen a couple guys out there, obviously Nick Cohan fans, and one of them being the 48 Nick Solomon. We just talked about him. He's up in the 3rd place starting right now.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good right now. He avoided that wreck because he was up front. He didn't really have to worry about too much there. I think the guys up front, pretty much the top, I think it was like the top 8 maybe, or top 6, didn't get caught in that.
Yep, absolutely. Well, it happened right behind Nick because he was up high. The 8 machine was right there behind him.
Okay, well then there you go.
Yeah, I mean, he was bringing that high line, so we'll see if he stays committed to the high line. He's going to be on the outside here. Josh Parker, who was the man who was on pole, but he's got Malik Ray right here on his inside, who's going to bring this field to life as they coming around turn 3. Well, it's going to be lap 13 when they cross the line here tonight at Daytona. Already had sparks and excitement flying already, but under caution for the first time here. Who is the 66? The 66 is Tommy Ryan.
Tommy Ryan.
Yeah, that is not showing up. My bad, but we'll keep you updated on who that is.
I think it was Tommy Ryan and Jeff Fuller was the other one, right?
Yep. You got it. Absolutely. 52 machine. Pace cars in. Takes that hard left turn. Malik Ray is going to do the slow march to the front here. The green flag flies. We're back racing here at Daytona. Now, he doesn't want to get too far out in front of the field, or they'll just freight train and run him back down.
Yeah, that's one thing. The leader dictates the start here, but also he doesn't want to get too big of a jump. He definitely wants to have somebody behind him to push, because then they'll get the momentum and they'll fly right by him.
Absolutely. Nick Solomon still up top right there. He's got that high line. Now, Josh Parker, he's going to tuck in behind Malik Ray. They're going to go single file. Right now, Nick doesn't have anybody up on the top side with him, working with him.
No, not right now. But like I said, if he sucks in close to those guys below him, he can actually get momentum and pass those guys.
Well, there's another one. Trey Edson. Man, I tell you what, that 5 machine for the past several weeks has done nothing but just show up out of the blue and been up front.
Definitely. But if you look at that high side again, like I said, he's sucking into those guys on the low side there, and he's able to hang with those guys. There's a car right behind him. I can't see who that is, but he's trying to suck up on him, so he might have some help here in a minute.
Corbin Hemstreet, look at that. It's got the D Solar machine. It actually looks like the 5 that we were just talking about. Trey said, I'm going to come up here and help you out.
Yeah.
Look, these 3 cars are going to kind of gang up and see if they can't bring it to the front.
And he can definitely do it. Like I said, watch him right here in the straightaways. He sucks up to those cars, and look at that momentum he's getting. He's almost all the way up to 2nd place already.
He's got a good drive coming into the turn right now. He's going to go side by side. He's going to take a battle and try to take that lead. The thing is, when he gets up there, he's got his dancing partner, Trey, the 05. Is he going to leave him out wide when he gets up there? Will he try to drop down? But like you said, side drafting as they go into the tri-oval.
Hey, you know, they might be just happy to stay on that high side right there. You know, the high side might be the one that's going to lead it.
Right now, looking good. He's bringing the charge to the front. He's about to battle it out with Malik Ray. Up top, that man, you've got it, Nick Solomon. He's got help by Trey Edson there. He's got a whole handful of machines, about 4 or 5. They're going to see if they can't get that high line rumbling. They're 2 by 2 coming down the back stretch.
There's 4 of them upside. Oh, now 5. There you go. I think, trying to see if, is that, trying to see who latched onto the tail end there. But
Justin.
Now there's 5 of them up high, and they're trying to make that work. I mean, the high side is definitely working. You just got to be able to know what you're doing up there and know how to work that draft.
Got to have help, and that's the thing we was talking about. You got to have a dancing partner. He's going to bring you to the dance here. Then you got to figure out what you're going to do from there. As they come across the line, they're heading into turn 1. A little broke up right there, but they still got about 5 machines up high. Seems like he's just got a brick wall. He can get so far, but it's just almost. But hey, there's the thing, Don. He doesn't have to pass that car to win the race. He just got to get a bumper out in front of him.
Definitely. And right now, he's just, right now, a lot of these guys are probably just making little mental notes. They're testing, hey, this high side is working. We can do this later on. This is only lap 16, but, maybe with 5 to go, we can make this work. And they're all making mental notes right now. So they're, trying to figure out how their race cars are going to handle in the draft, handle in the dirty air, on the high side, the low side, whatever it is.
Absolutely. Right now, you still see that high line. He's got some help up there. It's just seeing he just can't break past the 2nd place machine there of Parker. Parker's got that low line rumbling, and Malik Ray's got the out front so far. Now, there's another thing I'm looking at here, Don, and I call this textbook drafting. And let me explain. I've explained it before, but maybe new viewers out there, whatnot. You see how they have a gap in between them. Right now, that is called what you call textbook drafting and being patient. Now, later on in the race, throw that out the door. These guys will be on each other's back bumper and try to, and it won't matter if they overheat those cars or not. But right now, they are being very patient, being very textbook on what drafting is, and showing these guys this is what you call the skill part of drafting here.
Yeah, I guarantee you these guys that are in the draft here real tight, they're at 3/4, half throttle. They don't even need to have the pedal all the way down because they're in the draft. They're all running in a tight formation. You know, with 5 to go, like you said, you're not going to see that happen anymore. These guys are going to have it to the floor. They don't care. Those gauges are going to be blinking red. They don't care if it blows up because they'll have enough time to finish the race before it blows up. They just want to go for that win.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's why people probably like, well, why don't they close the gap? Because actually right now, I mean, you're only 18 laps into 80 laps. You still got to have patience. Believe me, when they get about 15 to 10 to go, those gaps will close. The guy behind them, well, he'll try to lift that guy's back tires off the track if he can.
Yeah, definitely. You know, another thing, you know, you don't want to cook your engine too much this early in the race too, because you know, even if you get the engine gets a little warm right now and then you cool it down, if it goes through heat cycles like that, you know, you might not have an engine at the end of the race. You know, you never know.
Yep. You're absolutely right. So, you know, that's why I kind of allude to it, and I call it textbook drafting. You see it in NASCAR. You see it in the real style racing. If you watch them throughout the race early on, you see them pretty much got a little gap in between them. Usually it's about a hood or so gap they have in between on the drafting wise. It's just them guys just being very patient. But by the end of the race, believe me, they will have these things closed up. And that's probably another reason why that top line's not been able to break past Malik quite yet. If all those guys would just go just right there on each other, yeah, he probably would be able to bullet train right by him.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to definitely try to get positions on the high side and try to see what they can make work, but they're only going to push it so far. It's too early in the race. I mean, we have two distinct packs right now. We have this big lead pack, and then we have another pack behind them that's probably about half a straightaway behind them. So they still have a chance of maybe catching on to that lead pack, but they have to get really organized to do it.
Yep, absolutely. Right now, man, we're right along here with Tommy Ryan, who is actually sitting in the 7th place spot. He is running 198 mile an hour as he crosses the line. 199. They're 3 wide up front. Let's see what T200, 201 before he gets into turn 1.
Yeah, they're 3 wide up there. It's still 3 wide going and coming out of 2 down that long backstretch there. So, but he's on the outside. You know, you kind of hung out up there. You got no help. You see him falling back now. You know, 3 wide doesn't really help because nobody wants to do that this early. Absolutely.
That's Nick Solomon. He's going to fall back just a little bit. But up front, they went side by side. Malik Ray's up high. Let's see if he can do anything with Trey Edson as he's got the high line. Josh Parker back to the front here. He's coming into pits.
Might be pitting early.
Wow, but he's got
not
no
sure he's
help.
By himself. Yeah, I'm not sure why he did that.
Oh boy, that's going to be dicey on a green flag right now. These guys are getting a little dicey up front, but you've got them side by side. This is the kind of action, man, people love to see. These guys are door glued side by side as they're coming out of the turn down the bad stretch. Malik Ray, he's going to see if he can't power past that man in the 24 machine.
Yeah, Malik's trying to get past Chad Coleman there on the low side. You know, Malik's on the high side trying to make it work. He's got Trey behind him trying to push him. Tommy's down low right next to him pushing the leader Malik. They're just, you know, like I said, I don't think the high line's trying to push as much. And there we go. You got somebody else going in the pits.
I see one by one they're going to the pits. That's kind of unusual. Usually see a whole pack going in there.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, that's dangerous playing here on a plate track.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about that strategy. I'm not really sure what the thinking is behind that. Most of the time you see multiple cars pitting at the same time so they can come into the pits together, come out of the pits together, and be in the draft. Because in the draft, they're faster than it is a single car. So I'm not really sure about that.
Well, let's go back here because they got a little second pack back here. They're about 4.9 seconds off the leader, 17th on back. That's going to be Brian Boris Cook, Jose Gonzalez, Travis McQuistel's back in there, along with Mitch Rollo and several other guys. Jonathan Cadell's in the back. They're all single file. If they can stay single file, maybe they can run down this front pack here, who is right now side by side.
Well, see, that's the thing. Being single file necessarily is not going to run down the pack that's running side by side. The pack that if you can get a distinct two cars side by side in two distinct lines, and they can run tight, they can actually be faster than the single car line. We've kind of discovered that. Me and Chad Cole were actually talking about that a couple weeks ago before this race. So that actually is something that you'll see some of these guys maybe they should try to do, or maybe some guys will say, hey, let's run side by side. We can actually catch those guys. So.
Well, and another thing I'm noticing, like Brian Boris and a lot of those guys back there, they got some damage on the front end, so that's really going to hamper them right now.
That's another thing I was noticing. I'm glad you pointed that out. I was going to notice the same thing, is that you probably got a few cars in there that are damaged, some cars that may be a little bit under power. So, I mean, they're basically in the draft between two other cars because they're damaged, and that's the only way they can keep up the speed. So that's another thing that might be hindering this pack.
You know, and I still go back to those guys who made the pit stop earlier on there, going in by themselves. That strategy, I'm kind of scratching my head on.
Me too. Me too. I'm not really sure what the thinking was behind that. I don't know if it was a mistake, a miscommunication. They meant to pit together. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, well, right now we started with 43 cars. We got a couple out of them right now. Jonathan Lockhart, well, he's blinking back there. Looked like he was on. He's still there. Joey Katina, showing him out right now. Jimmy North, Rick Thompson, and Anthony DeBarro. Wow, that's a big name right there out of it right now. But yeah, just showing a couple guys in the back here, kind of blinking a little bit. Jonathan Lockhart just went through the grass.
Yeah, I think he's been having connection problems.
Yeah, it's showing him back. He's got South Park out there, so I like South Park.
Yeah, I do too.
Cartman. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what he did. He's just parking it. Yeah, he came off on the grass by himself there. He must. Yeah, he's having some bad connection issues. It's been blinking off and on for him, so I guess he just decided he's just going to give up the ghost. And
Tommy Ryan lead there. Your leader.
Yeah, they're pitting left and right up front here, and Don, it amazes me though they're coming in the pits kind of one by one, kind of unusual. Maybe they know something we don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Thinking about that right now.
Well, knock on wood. Hopefully there's no more cautions here, but if there's another caution, maybe we can get one of them up here and ask, what in the world? Because I've never seen that before.
How many drivers did that, and who was it?
Well, I do know Trey Edson. Trey Edson did it. Who was the other one? Main one. Trying to look through the field here.
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out myself. Was it
Josh
Nick?
Parker? Josh Parker.
Josh Parker.
And he's still a lap down. Chad Coleman was another one who did it, and he's a lap down. But right now, if you look at Josh Parker, I mean, he's locked on to that lead pack.
Oh,
never mind, he's in the wall. Oh, that's the 24's in the wall. Chad Coleman.
I was actually looking at those cars while it happened. It looked like the 52. It looked like the 52 got into the back of the 24 and they got hooked a little bit.
Hard licking to the wall. Boy, it just took it. Yeah, they came into the turn, and the 52 came down, just caught the bumper. And I'm going to tell you what, Brian Boris Cook not having a day. And the 83 into the wall hard too. Wow.
Yeah, they just hooked bumpers. Spotter just not letting him know. Yeah, Boris. Oh, man.
Boy, Brian Boris Cook just not having the night he wants. Josh Barham. Is it Barham? Am I saying it right? Barham? Okay. Hard licking to the wall, and I hate that because he's got the title sponsor machine out there, the kick-ass beef jerky machine. It's actually running pretty good, 14th, but just nowhere to go, victim of circumstance. You know and I know, Don.
Yep.
Sometimes, man, wrong place, wrong time. There's just nothing you can do. Let's watch what happened to him here. He tried to go low, and it just got clipped from behind when he slowed down. So, and Nick Solomon, too, the 48. Wow, he got tore up.
Yeah, he was leading it earlier, up front earlier, made that, ended up getting caught back there. Wow, that's a tough break for those guys.
Well, I thought it was Josh Parker there for a minute who got took, but actually it was the 24, Chad Coleman.
Chad Coleman, yeah.
Wow, hate that on Chad Coleman's part, but let's see. I don't know if is Josh Parker in here?
I don't know.
I was going to ask him. I was really curious about that pit strategy he did there. I definitely don't want to bring up Chad Coleman because he's the one that just got hit. I make that a rule of thumb to just
Who
not
was the
do
other
that,
person
folk.
that did that pit?
Well, Chad Coleman was one of them.
That's right.
And not going to bring him up right now. That's just not. Learn my lesson on that one, folks. Don't know if Justin Fuller. No, he's coming in now. So I don't know. Well, tell you what, just pick somebody. Who you want to talk to?
I don't know who's leading the race right now. Let's talk to Tommy Ryan if he's down there. Can we talk to him? Is he in there?
Tommy Ryan. See,
there he is. He's in FS Racing.
Okay.
He's down there a bit.
FS, way down at the bottom. Oh,
yeah.
There he is.
DJ
Tommy
Beverly,
Ryan.
Randy Yoakum, and Tommy Ryan.
Cool. Bring him up here. Make sure he's getting off pit road all right. Don't want to interfere with their pit stops, anything. He is. Bring him up here, man, and you want to get a talk in with him?
Yeah.
All right. I'll bring him up here. Let's talk with him.
So Tommy, we got you up here in the booth live. How you feeling about the race tonight, man?
A little bit of server issues, but overall it's pretty exciting up front. I was hoping the top lane was going to make something happen there. Bottom feeding, but so far, man, it's pretty fun.
Is that top line an option tonight? It seems like some guys are trying to make it work. It seems like it's been successful for Malik and maybe a few other guys. Does that seem like it's going to be an option tonight?
Yeah, I think it will be, especially if we get some little bit more. Well, I mean, we were close to the end of the run there, but yeah, if you get enough guys up there, and if we can start racing a little closer door to door without a little bit of warp issues and whatnot, I think it definitely will. But yeah, I hope it does, man. I love running up there. I hate riding around on the bottom. I kind of did myself in on pit road. I don't know if you guys are still watching part of that, but
yeah, actually, I'm watching you drop down right now.
Yeah, a little hot in the box, and then I had to back up and too far, and there's just crappy driver error right there. But Northern Tool Chevrolet is going to try to get back up there. We'll see what happens.
Well, I hear you, Tommy. Well, yeah, you have good luck tonight, man. Let's see if you can get back up to the front there. You're having a good run tonight, man. Good luck, and try to stay out of trouble.
Yep, that's the plan, man. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, Tommy Ryan's right there, looking good. Get him back there to the FS Racing. Well,
had a little mistake on pit road there, kind of put him back a few spots, but I'm sure he'll recover nicely.
You know, and he mentioned something there too, and I've been noticing myself through the race here. Some guys blinking because I'm seeing it on my screen. Server issues, could be something on the iRacing side. So
yeah, I noticed that a few times too. Yeah, I'm glad he said that too. Yeah, because I noticed that a few times tonight myself. That there's been a few people blinking here and there, and I don't necessarily think it. I think it's a server thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good thing about Daytona is what's that?
Who's in the lead there? What does that say?
That's what I was about to say. Good thing about Daytona is usually we can get another talk, and Jose, who's down in Finish Line Racing.
Oh, I want to talk to him.
All right, well, we'll bring him up here. Even if the lights go off on the pace car, we still got time, so we'll bring him up here and let's get talking with him. Jose Gonzalez.
Jose Gonzalez, we'll have a quick word with you real quick here. You're live on the air. How you feeling about this, man? Your first place. I actually picked you to win.
Oh, well, I just stayed out because I have damage from the first wreck, and we got bonus points there halfway. I could barely keep up with the draft on that restart, so I'm just crossing my fingers, see if I can get a few points here on lap 40. So that's why I'm up here. Hopefully I can get a little draft and just work the other cars and just survive. That's all I'm doing up here. But thanks for the vote of confidence.
I'll try, man. Well, hey, I want to be quick with you. I don't want to keep your time up. You got to get ready to start this race. So good luck to you tonight, man, and try to stay out of the next big one.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right. Yeah, I was just noticing it right there. Let me see if I can't get him down the finish line racing. But I was just noticing right there before, after I brought him up and I did the close-up on his car, I was like, oh, wow, he's got a lot of front-end damage. So we'll just have to see how that affects him here on this restart. Man, that's normally, if he was behind the car, I think he'd probably feel a little bit better. But being out front like he is, it's going to be like a brick wall.
Exactly.
Hitting him of air, and those guys behind him probably just going to freight train. But like you said, lap 40, he's going to try to get some bonus points. Pace car lights are off. We're going back green flag racing. It'll be lap 33. He's going to try to hang up there in the top 10, see if he can't get some points. As pace car pulls him around here, Jose Gonzalez comes. Speedy Gonzalez up there. Travis McQuistle, he's on the outside there. So here we go. Green flag flies again. We're going to see if that damage really hampers him a lot. He gets going pretty good. Travis on the top side, but behind him, you still got a storm full of cars there behind him.
Yeah, there's 2x2. It's like a bunch of angry hornets here because they all know that lap 40 is coming and they want those bonus points. Top 10 gets bonus points. The higher you are, obviously, the more points you get. So these guys are really battling. You see Nick Cohan, he's in third. He's got damage. He didn't pit, obviously, because he's battling for points. I believe he's second in points right now. So.
You know, and that's the thing, too. We're sitting right here. You see that top side is rumbling to life. But you also see, folks, you're probably wondering, why were those top 5 guys not going? They get bonus points here. Here comes the 2 machine up high. He's going to make it 3 wide coming to the top. Like I said, we've got about 6 more laps or so, 7 more laps before we get to that halfway point here. They're 3 wide coming to the line.
Somebody got knocked out of position there just a little bit. You saw him drop below the yellow line and come back up, and everything was fine. But, yeah, these guys, this is basically like stage racing right here for these guys. We're not going to go, they're not going to throw a caution or anything, but this is for halfway bonus points. So these guys are really racing hard right now.
Yes, they are. 3 wide right there in the middle turn. And 91 is Steve Goschak. He's caught in the middle. And up top on him, though, that's Mike Kelly in the 2 machine. He's trying to see if he can't get it. Brian Boris Cook, man, was involved in a wreck earlier on. He's up in the 8th place spot. I think it's the top 10 that actually gets points here at the halfway.
Yes, you're correct. It is the top 10 that gets points. First place gets 10. Second place 9, and then so on down all the way up to 10th. It gets 1 point.
Well, Thomas George drops to the outside. Going to see he's got help by Nick Cohan. We're going to see if they're going to do a battle for the lead right now. It's a battle on for the 10th place spot back there also. But up front, side by side, Jose's out front right now. The 25 machine just can't get a run. It just seems like that high line can get close, but just can't get past. It's almost like there's a wall there.
Yeah, that's just basically what it is. They just need to get sucked in closer to those guys in the low line, and you'll see those guys in the low line, they're kind of broke up just a little bit, which, you know, if they're disorganized, kind of the guys in the top can't get organized up, and you know, that damage doesn't seem to be hampering Jose too much. He seems to be still be able to hang it on up there as long as there's somebody behind him pushing.
And there is right now. Corbin Hemstreet's all over the back end right there. You saw a good thing. Nick Cohan backed out of it and actually let Thomas George come back in line. Everybody in the back now is going single file because that top lane right now is just not doing what they need it to do and move to the front. Right now, Jose Gonzalez is loving what he's seeing. If he can hang on for another 3 laps, he's got him some points.
Yeah, he's loving this. He's going to get maximum points if he can get this. You see that damage on his front end right there, but he's got some help behind him. Cars are just saying single file. Like you were saying, that's a smart move by Cohan to get tucked back in there. I do believe him and Thomas George are on the same team speak, so they're actually probably communicating together, probably trying to work together to get up there.
Well, the biggest thing here is you got Malik Ray. He's probably the one man right there who probably can foul the party here up front for Jose Gonzalez. Well, as we say that, Corbin Hemstreet jumps up top. He's up there and got a car around Sean Bounty. They're crashing. Boy, if a caution comes out and he could stay in front of him. The caution stayed out. Hold that
position. No caution. Well, it looked like the cars that got involved went to the low line and he wasn't on the track, so no caution. Jose still got that lead.
Wow. Let me go back here to Sean Bounty and show everybody what happened on the replay here. On that one, because no caution flew out on that, but Sean Bounty in the 34 machine here watching the replay, he was looking like he was going to go high, stayed down low, and looks like somebody in front of him just checked up and he just got sideways and right there into Glenn Campbell and spun it going down right through the grass. And back up front, Jose Gonzalez holds off the charge of those guys. Everybody single file. Chris Gabu right there in second. Thomas George third. Malik Ray. Now, Malik might be the one man who can maybe jump out there. He's probably got one of the cleanest, fastest machines there if he can get help, though.
Yeah, the high line's not really getting organized right now. They're trying, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get up there. It looks like the low line, they're just kind of settled to stay right in line there, which is good for Jose because he doesn't look like he's got any challengers right now for that top spot to get those bonus points.
Comes across the line, lap 38 complete, 39 in the book. Should be the next time around if he can complete that one. He's got himself, like you said, maximum points. Corbin Hemstreet jumps to the outside. He's going to see if he can't push that freight train to the front.
Yeah, he's trying right there. It looks like Thomas George and Nick Cohen kind of, they can't work together anymore. They got Malik between them. So, yeah, they're trying to make it work, but those top four seem to be kind of maybe breaking away just a little bit.
They are right there as Corbin Hemstreet drops back down to the inside there. Brian Bohr still stays to the top side. Malik Ray, he understands he might have a fast machine, but right now might be just better off to ride instead of trying to take that thing. We talk about stage points here. As he's going to cross the line, lap 40. Now, if I understand it, I think he has to lead the whole lap, or is that it right there?
I believe whatever iracing counts as whoever led lap 40, which I would believe as soon as you cross the line on lap 40, that's the leader. So
there you go. Your man who led it halfway there, Jose Gonzalez, he held on to it, and he got those max points along with Chris Jabu in second, Thomas George right there in third, Malik Ray up in the fourth, Corbin Hemstreet fifth, Nick Cohan sixth, Travis McQuiston. Did I say that right?
McQuiston. Yep.
McQuiston. All right. Sitting in seventh, Dwight Beverly. Wow, up there at 8. Brian Boers Cook 9th, and Mike Kelly in the 10th place spot. So there you go.
Yeah, it's a solid top 10 right there. Those guys get bonus points for their positions at the halfway. Yeah, good racing so far.
Absolutely. Got a little bit of two packs right here on Michael Prister back there along with Greg Evans and company. They got a little bit going. Let's go back here and see what John Goodell's got going on. He's got KC Duncan on his back end. They're a two-car hooked up right now, trying to see if they can't get a hook to the back end of that pack in front of them. And Josh Parker, who, man, was out front all night long. He's back there in the 21st spot. He's kind of got a long way to go. See if he needs probably a caution to get back up front.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. Cadell and Duncan there, they look like they're catching that back of that pack there, and the guys that are behind him are catching them. So they might get caught back up in that pack there.
Yep, no doubt. Had a lot of cars, unfortunately, out of this one here. Right now showing Jonathan Lockhart, Joe Hudson, Nick Solomon, Joey Katina, Jimmy Coleman, Jimmy North, and Anthony DeBarro all out of this one right now. So that's just basically product of Daytona.
Plate racing right there. It's taking its toll, it's taking its casualties, and it's probably not done yet.
Absolutely. As they are still storming around here single file, Jose Gonzalez, one more tell you, I am totally impressed with the fact he is holding on up front with the damage he has. I mean, normally you would say, boy, he's a sitting duck here.
Well, I picked him to win, so he's a sitting duck right there. But yeah, he's definitely been able to hang on. That's just surprising. Sometimes the damage model will sometimes fool you in this game.
Yeah, it does. It's still on my sim.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll look real bad sometimes, and maybe not necessarily be as bad as it is. But the thing is, he's gotten that push behind him this whole time, pretty consistent from Chris Jabu. So. He hasn't kind of made any moves to peek out or anything like that. So I think that's the big help for Jose, is that he's got somebody behind him willing to stay there.
You're a driver. Let me throw this out. It's been a while since I've been behind the wheel of one of these machines. I watch a lot, I observe a lot, and I definitely talk a lot to the drivers. But what I'm seeing right now is these cars look like they're just being very difficult sucking up. And what I mean by is pulling up onto the car in front of them. I know we was talking about earlier being patient, textbook drafting, but it just seems like these cars are just not pulling up on each other like they should. Are you seeing that, or is it just these guys being patient?
Between the three different cars, the trucks, the Xfinity, and the Cup cars, these are the most difficult to suck up to and to draft with. the best way to do it is actually not be directly behind the car in front of you. You actually want to be a little off center, maybe a little bit. If the car in front of you can be like half a line to 3/4 of a line up from that yellow line, and the car behind him can actually be a little bit lower on the track to where he's got maybe just a little bit of that front left fender sticking out, his nose out a little bit, then you could actually suck up to the guy in front of you. That's kind of the way you want to do it. You want to be offset from the guy in front of you. But the Cup cars, it's the most difficult to get sucked up on. I mean, what you were calling sucking them up, which is the car behind them just getting sucked up to that guy in front of them. And the trucks, they punch such a huge hole that it's really easy to do. The Xfinity cars, it's not that difficult to do, but these cars, it is very, very difficult to suck up. It really, really is. It's really hard to hold that draft.
And it seems like that's what I'm seeing right now. The guys are able to make a move, get up there, and it seems like the car's going forward, and all of a sudden it just kind of slows down and stops, and they just can't make that little bit that they need, just that little bit of that to get over the hump there, so to speak. And that's what I'm kind of seeing right now is like Brian Boor's Cook up there, and a lot of cars down low, they're just kind of just not pulling up. Like now, obviously, and I talked about it, maybe some of these guys, like you said, quarter throttle on it right now, being very patient. We'll just have to watch as this race goes on. You know, maybe they're fooling us right now, you know?
Well, some guys are. I'm sure that, you know, these guys aren't racing 100% right now. They're not going for the win right this second. They're just kind of holding the track position, doing their thing, riding. So that, you know, that has a lot to do with it too. But these cars, like I said, they are very difficult to draft in. These Cup cars are very difficult to suck up to the cars in front. You know, you'll see like Jonathan Goodell and Duncan, you know, they made it back up into this field. They made it work. They had two cars. They you know, they're both experienced drafters. They know what they're doing. They've raced with each other before, so they both knew, hey, let's just stay nose to tail. We'll catch these guys, and they did.
Now I'm starting to see.
Oh, we see a spinner.
Yeah, we do. I don't know who that was.
The back stretch is the 22 car sliding down the back into the grass by himself.
22. Oh, Nelson Rivera. Yeah, I saw him out of the corner of my eye there. Let's see what happened. He was down low there. Let's see what happened. Oh, he just got contact, doored up a little bit there, just kind of side draft and went wrong, and next thing you know, he's off sliding through the field.
No caution.
No caution, yeah. And that's just the thing here with iRacing. If you get far enough off the track, they won't throw a caution at all.
Not at all.
Now, what I was about to say here, Don, and you know, I don't know how many people out there watched this past Daytona race this past Saturday, but you saw the big one. Obviously took out a lot of cars, and later on in the race, you saw the, 15, 20 cars left or so. But some of those cars had damage. Look at this front field here. A lot of these cars have damage. That could be hindering some of the speed and the draft that we're seeing, and it could be, you know, playing with some of this like we're talking about, sucking up here and being able to pull to the front in the draft and whatnot.
Oh, that'll definitely do it. And if somebody has just a little bit of engine damage or anything like that, that definitely could be an issue. Like I said, we've been seeing Jose out front the whole time since the restart with somebody pushing him. Now, I think it would be a completely different story if Jose did, if the cars behind him started going on the high side and there was just a few cars on the high side. I do believe they'd be able to pass him just because he's got that front end damage. I think his saving grace is that they're just willing to push.
And right now you see the car behind him, which is the 10 machine of Chris Jabou. He has front end damage. Now the only really clean cars up there right now, obviously Malik Ray and Corbin Hemstreet. I guess if they decided to hook up and go, you know, nose to tail, they might could freight train around him on the outside. The problem I'm seeing is, again, look at Corbin Hemstreet. Just doesn't seem like he can stay hooked to the back end of Malik Ray.
Yeah, he does seem to be struggling with it a little bit. Like right now, he's a couple car lengths off from behind him. You know, he can kind of suck up a little bit on the backstretch, but he just doesn't seem to be able to be consistently able to stay behind him and do anything, you know, as far as pushing and get, you know, hooked up. He also, you know, maybe he's kind of trying to wait for those guys behind him to get caught up a little bit. They can make something work on the high side.
Let me look on his nose. I don't
really see any significant damage.
Let me look. I'm trying to look to that too here, just to kind of. He
well,
does
Nick
right
Cohen.
there on the front, on that left side is a little bit crinkled. I don't know if that's hindering him. I mean, again, the main clean car up there is Malik Ray. the problem with what he has, and it's like what we're talking about here, folks, is he has really no help. If he steps out of line and goes with another car, or somebody goes with him, they might not be able to stay the speed that he needs to get around the leader.
Yeah, definitely. And he just, you know, he might run into, like you were talking about, that kind of brick wall, get hung to dry, and then follow further back.
Yeah.
And this late in the race, I mean, we still have a lot of racing left. You see a lot of pit stops happening right now.
Well, yeah, everybody's on pit road. Malik brings them in. A lot of guys coming with
Nick
him
Cohan,
right there.
Corbin Hemstreet, Travis McQuistion. The 19 came in, the 3.
And now this is smart. A lot of guys come in with him. Now, here's the thing. You know, we know Malik has a very fast car. A lot of these guys got damage out there. He's going to have to kind of pick who he wants to go with. Eventually, at one point, he's going to have to make a move to try to get to the front. He was kind of stuck right there, basically just riding. He understood if the 10 went out, 10 might have had that damage on his front, and it might have been like a brick wall if he'd have went with him. If it had stayed down low with Jose, you know, he would pretty much stayed down low.
Second round pit stops happen right now. Jose Gonzalez is leading these guys down with Chris Caboo, Mike Kelly, Brian Boris Cook, Tommy Ryan.
Whew, slew of cars coming on pit road right now.
This is what we were talking about earlier, folks. You guys, they will pit in groups. They have to, so they can stay in the draft together, so they can stay fast.
And it's just, you know, I still scratch my head on earlier on in the race of why those guys did what they did, but, you know, it paid off, I think, here for Josh Parker as he got back on the lead lap. So he'll be okay as he's going through his pit stops here. So pit road, a busy place right now. A lot of these guys are going to come back out here in a single file. Now, Jose Gonzalez didn't come out with a lot of those guys. Actually, it looked like he might have took some of the optional repair.
Yeah, and here you got Malik Ray, and I believe it's Corbin Hemstreet pushing them. They're just they're kind of going around those
Christian
guys right now.
Man, he's going through the grass.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah,
he sure is.
He came out of pit road, and he was out there trimming the hedges. Oh, well. And hey, folks, I'm going to tell you, he took 2 tires. So you got to be, we got a car spinning. 25's around. That is Thomas George. Wow, let's go back on the replay, see what happened. Him and the 25 machine, or him and the 78, excuse me. Yep, you're right. Wow, that was a hard lick into the wall. I don't know what. I can watch what happened on that deal.
I think he just, they're teammates. They're actually teammates on TeamSpeak together. Those are both Steelhorse Racing drivers. I think the 78 was a little slow, and Thomas was trying to give him a little extra push there, and it's just a bad bump. That's the only thing I can see there.
Yeah, because he squared up. I mean, good bump draft, but it just maybe was just
I think there's
unexpected.
just too much momentum. Yeah, maybe too much momentum from Thomas. I'm not exactly sure.
Well, yeah, because he sent him into the wall hard right there. So, yeah, not normally something you'd want your teammate to do. Now, yeah, that's actually kind of helped out a couple guys. Scott Stencil, Brian Wortman, Mitch Rollo, Ed Burrell, Nelson Rivera, and Glenn Campbell. All those guys had yet to make their pit stops up front. So
now they can.
Now they can. They'll be able to come in. My question is, do you come into the pits again if you just pitted?
Maybe to top off if you need fuel. I'm not exactly sure what the fuel situation here is. And here I didn't, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't do my homework pre-race.
A lot of guys, what I'm seeing here too, Don, a lot of these guys took 2 tires.
Yeah.
So would you come back in? I mean, obviously, if you're going to put fuel in, you might as well put the other side in.
Yeah, if I was going to top off my fuel, I would probably top off with 1 to go. And I would probably get 2 tires. That's if. But if I was towards the front, I probably would not do that. I would only do that if I was toward the back. Maybe if I was somewhere in the top 10, I might consider just staying out, saving fuel, running around, turning the ignition off. You know.
Tommy Ryan is the one who was sitting in 7th. He's the first one who had went into pit. So everybody in front of him is probably going to pit. And Tommy's going to come to the front. And he's going to be he took 2 tires. So, and everybody behind him, from what I'm looking on my chart here,
they all pitted,
11 second, 12 second, 10 second, everybody pitted. But I'm looking at their times. The only guy who took 4, obviously, Jose Gonzalez, that's why he stayed out the longest.
Yeah.
And Travis McQuiston. Steve Goschalk might have with a 13
We got some
second.
pitters. Look at this.
Yeah. Hey, well, if you're in the back of the pack, you might as well go for it.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at some of these times. Jose's the only one that took 4 tires. Everybody else took 2 on that last pit stop.
Yeah. Yep, Tommy Ryan. He's going to inherit the lead here.
Now, here's what Malik Ray wants to see. That 5 machine of Trey Edson. He's a clean machine up front. So is Tommy Ryan.
Well, let's see. I'm trying to see what the positions are right here. Malik's going to start up high. Mike Kelly's going to start low. Yeah. He's. I mean, you know, they're just going to want to get a good start here and just do some good pushing, get sorted out, figure out where they're going to be in their, you know, in the race. Where, you know, if they're going to decide to run high, low. We'll just have to see how this kind of pans out here.
Yeah.
We got. It's been a good one. Yeah, it's been a good race. We have some yellows, but it's okay. We still have some good racing here, and these guys are all lined back up, crunched back up. You know, some guys that maybe haven't been near the front have a chance to show their stuff a little bit here. You know, we haven't seen too much from Steve Gottschalk, Nerf. You know, he's 10th right now, and you know, we might see something from him. Travis McQuistion, Greg Evans. You know, we might see some guys that we haven't seen up front yet come up here.
Well, the thing, too, is none of these guys are out of it here tonight at Daytona.
Not at all.
Under the lights. Yeah, absolutely. And there we're looking at it. We're here for the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky 200 here tonight. And, folks, if you like some beef jerky, I want to appreciate the guys over there for sending, they sent me some, sent Don some, sent several other drivers some. It was some good stuff, man. I don't eat a lot of jerky or anything, but it actually was really good. I put a link down in the description if you want to go to their website, check them out there. I think it's kickassbeefjerky.com. Check those guys out, man. Order it up. Hey, I know they'd appreciate it. I want to appreciate them coming out here. Obviously, being a title sponsor here for this race here tonight for the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky 200 at Daytona, presented by Sim500 and Transervice here tonight. And boy, I tell you, it has been a kicking race. Definitely a hot one out here under the lights of Daytona.
Yeah, there's been some excitement tonight. You know, some big wrecks, everything else. We got Tommy Ryan up front. Trey Edson in 2nd, Mike Kelly 3rd, Malik Ray 4th, Corbin Hemstreet 5th, and we have a lot of racing left, ladies and gentlemen. It's far from over. This is Daytona. The racing doesn't even start until we have about 5 laps left.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of times I always say about 20 to go, business will pick it up. Actually, here you got to say about 10 laps to go, business will pick up. And we're getting close to the 20 to go mark here, but like you just said there, Don, there's going to be a lot to go, and it is still anybody's ball game. You know, we're talking about the leader, Tommy Ryan's up front, Trey Edson right there, the newcomer here. Man, the new kid on the block who has just came out the gate storming every time he's got behind the wheel one of these monster machines. And I always say it, we got some bad, fast drivers and some bad, fast cars. About to do some awful bad, fast things here at Daytona under the lights tonight.
Yeah, definitely. We're just kind of pacing right now, waiting for these guys to do their thing.
And
I'm here. Yeah. And what we were talking about before earlier about some of the cars that were blinking and everything, it looks like, yeah, I'm seeing some chatter between the drivers here. That's basically what it is. It seems like the iRacing servers might be having a little bit of an issue tonight. So if you see any blinking cars, that's probably what it's going to be.
You know, last week, I actually had a broadcast last week, and iRacing servers actually just went down on us.
Wow.
So, yeah, we didn't even get the thing done. It was on a Sunday night, so we were like, okay. Who knew?
We were leading an endurance race, a 24-hour endurance race. The Steel Horse guys were, and the servers went dead while we were leading. While we were a good chunk of time in.
Yeah, now that right
rather
there,
frustrating.
I'd be like, man, come on now.
Especially an endurance race that you're already like 8 hours into.
Whew. Wow. I need to try one of those one time. So I like to try the 6 hours of Watkins Glen or something like that.
They're fun. They're fun. We try to usually do the Daytona and maybe Le Mans and a couple other ones here and there throughout the year.
Nice. Yeah, the Watkins Glen one, I like to try it one time. I think the longest race I ever did one time was 3 hours. I did that, but that's about the longest stint I ever did.
Yeah, it takes a toll on you. I mean, even though it's sim racing, it still takes a toll on you sitting there for that long racing.
No doubt. Well,
Speaking of racing, here we go.
Absolutely. Lights off on the pace car. We're about to get set here to go back green flag racing here. When they cross the line, it'll be lap 59 here at Daytona for the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky 200 here tonight. Pace cars in. Man up front, Tommy Rhines. Well, he wastes no time. Green flag flies. They're back to racing here as they bring the motors to life. They come across the line. They're 2x2 heading into turn 1. Up top, though, Trey Edson along with Tommy Rhines down low. And, man, he's got left out to dry.
He definitely got left out to dry. He's the only one up there. Everybody else tucked down low. I mean, if he gets down beside those guys, he can salvage something. It looks like he might be able to tuck in front of Corbin Hemstreet. No, maybe not.
Corbin Hemstreet's right there, but now he's got a little bit of help. He's got a lot of cars right there behind him, so if he keeps falling back, he definitely will have some help here soon. But up front, everybody's single file. I think they learned something on that last one. Again, Malik Ray sitting there in third. Mike Kelly up into the second place spot. Man, came from 22nd all the way up to second.
Yeah, we haven't seen him, talked about him too much tonight. He's definitely shown that he can be strong tonight, running up there in second place, battled all the way up, back up. You know, yeah, we'll see if he can make it work tonight.
And now one of the things you're starting to notice there, you're starting to see Mike Kelly. He closed in that gap on that draft just a little bit and gave a shove to the 66 Tommy Rhines up front, who is leading this one. So we're starting to see these guys, you know, kind of utilize and close that gap up going down the backstretch.
Yeah, he's letting them know, hey, I got a lot of guys back here that are fast. Just letting you know, I'm here.
Well, at this point, you're a driver. You're just kind of just sitting and holding on and waiting. I mean, hey, what do you do?
Right now, if I'm one of those top maybe 5, 6, 7 guys that are running in a straight line there, I'm just gnashing my teeth, hoping these guys don't give me a bad bump. I just want to stay where I'm at and be able to put myself in a good position. I don't like to try to make any moves if I'm in the top 5 or 6 until maybe about 5 laps to go. And
that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, if you make your move too early, you can get hung out. You know, if you make it here on lap 20, you get hung out. You can see number 2 Mike Kelly give Tommy Ryan another big shove down the Daytona long backstretch there. Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't want to make your move too early. That's the thing. You make it too early, and then you know, next thing you know, you're in 20th place when you were in the lead.
You know, and I'm watching Jonathan Cattell back here. He's at the tail end of this pack. He's looking like he wants to go high, but then he's just having to stay. He just cannot get tucked up there to Josh Parker. And again, Josh Parker, who went a lap down earlier on, and he's been able to battle back. Now he's up in the 10th place spot.
Well, Jonathan's got some damage on his rear end, it looks like. Look like somebody got in the back of John in one of those wrecks there. Back end of his car kind of looks like a U. It's kind of beat in. But I think if he gets somebody on his bumper and he has somebody in front of him, he can work his way up through there and be fast. I mean, he's holding on to this draft here, so.
Yeah. All right,
Josh Parker's trying.
Yeah, Josh Parker's got a very fast machine. The problem is he doesn't have too much of help. How he goes down low. I just think right now the top side, not the place to be, but man, I'm going to tell you what, look who's in 6th place again.
Oh, Jose Gonzalez. Yeah, he's coming up there. He's not going to be denied. That's right. He had a bad pit stop. He told us himself in that interview that he overshot his pits. He had to back up, get the car straightened out. He was leading it, and he ended up dropping all the way back to like 16th, 17th, and yeah. Oh no, that wasn't Jose. That was.
Well,
sorry,
I mean, he's the only one out there here though. Here's the thing: he's the only one in that pack right now has 4 fresh tires.
Oh, that's right. Ooh, big check up there on the low line.
Oh yeah, and boy, I tell you what, Jose had to check up too.
Yes, Steve Gottschalk, all those guys for some reason, and they're still not done wrecking. It looks like Greg Evans got to the side of somebody, and somebody's spinning on the inside. He saved it. He's coming back up on the track, but there was some door banging, and somebody got into the wall there.
I think that was John T. Wimbish who actually got into it some. Yeah, they were right there. Oh, yeah, the 3 went up into the wall, got up into John. John came down the field. That was just a good save by those guys right there. And just,
yeah, it was.
Typical, man, just typical Daytona.
Just trying to battle for the same real estate there, and a lot of those guys just really good head on their shoulders because a lot of guys heads up their moves. They didn't run over everybody else. Guys were checking up, making sure that they were trying to keep their cars straight. So, yeah, good on everybody there.
Well, I tell you what, a guy you might want to keep an eye on there is that 23. He's coming to the front and coming in a hurry. He's hooked onto the back end of the 69 of Corbin Hem Street, one of the Boomtown Street guys out there, and he's bringing that top lane with him. Now Jose jumps up there with him to see if he can't come along to the front side. Is that right? 54, excuse me. That's Justin Fuller. Is that 54?
64.
64, my bad. Michael Prester. Wow, he's come from 39th up to 7th.
Yeah, we haven't talked about him that much at all tonight. He's up there on the high side working with those guys, trying to get behind Josh Parker. He's kind of a little bit far behind him, a little bit too far behind him to give him any help. He might drop back on the low side again. Yeah, it looks like he might go back on the low side. I don't know. He hasn't figured it out where he wants to go yet. He's just trying to figure out which line can give him the best momentum so he doesn't have to slow down.
Right now, you're seeing that they are walking away from Jose, and you got a feeling because those top 7 guys, there's no damage on those cars. Jose's got that damage. Here's where you're starting to see the damage probably play effect on Jose. He just cannot keep up with the guys in the front pack there.
Look at Corbin Hem Street powering on the outside there, right next to Mike Kelly. He's using that side draft. Josh Parker's trying to push him there. I think that damage we were alluding to earlier on Corbin Hem Street might be messing with him just a little bit. If they stay sucked down on these cars on the in the corners, then he could actually march his way up to the front there since he's got some help.
And it's going to help, like you say, guys like Jose back there who was losing the tail end, but they're actually going to come up there.
Malik jumped out to the high side. He saw those guys coming. No, he went back in.
Oh, he's still high.
Oh no, I'm sorry. He's still up there high.
Yeah.
Who was it that went back in? That was
Josh.
Josh.
Well, let's see if Malik Ray can do anything. All night long, he has stayed on the low line. He's got Corbin Hem Street right there. I just got a feeling they're going to need a pack of machines up there because you see where Malik is right now. All night long, we've seen the outside get to that point, and that's it.
Yeah, they just hit that wall there. They need to get a good run. They need to set up the run. They need to have a couple guys. You see Malik's going back down low. That's exactly it. They hit that brick wall and they just can't get below there. See, a lot of guys are going back and forth. They're trying to get that momentum to go to the high side. They're even going three wide now. Oh, and Josh Parker almost clipped the nose of Michael Prester when he went down low there. That was an aggressive move on on Josh Parker's part. He shot to the bottom right in front of Michael Prester. A lot of drivers don't like
10 laps to go.
Oh yeah, a lot of guys don't like to see people make like the really quick lane changes like that. Kind of shake you for a minute. You're like, oh, did he get loose? You don't know what's going on. So that was a pretty aggressive move, but he's trying to get to the front.
Well, right now, everybody's just trying to figure out what these cars will do because, like I said, we're getting to the point here. It's almost go time. Run what you brung, and business is going to pick up, and it is definitely picking up front. As Tommy Rines has got the control of the field right now, but he's got Malik Ray on his back bumper. Trey Edson up there. Mike Kelly behind him. Trey Edson, Malik Ray, Josh Parker rounds the top 5. It's just, right now, they're just trying to figure out, what do I got to do? Who's going to come with me? Are we going to be able to bring this thing to the front? Car around.
In the back.
Who was that?
Somebody went off the nose of the 17, I believe. Was that Jonathan? No.
It was like the 23
It was
or
the
25.
23. 23 or 25, I couldn't see. Somebody
no, it wasn't 25, it was 23 then.
Somebody went all across the nose of the 17 and spun out.
All right, I'm trying. Fine.
It was the 39. It looks like the 39 it looks like a bad bump from the 17, and the 39 just got hooked and went around.
All right, so watch a replay here. Let's see, everybody loves wrecks. Oh, he's good. Looked like a bunt draft coming right out of the turn. Wrong place to do it.
And we got
squared up. Yep.
We got a challenge for the lead up here. They got the 05 looking at the high side. He actually has a good amount of momentum with Malik
man, I gotta
Ray.
get back to live.
Oh, sorry about that. They're really battling. He's almost getting by him. Oh, he's really battling up there. He might actually get beside him. He's got a good push from Malik Ray.
Well, he's got a good driver behind him, Malik Ray, and another one there in Josh Parker. So you've got some powerhouses up top. The thing is, can they get past that man up there? We'll just have to see here.
They kept hitting that wall of air, like you were saying. They just can't get them by the leader. And Mike Kelly is just really pushing Tommy Ryan really good, really solid. He only pushes him in the straightaway. He gives him some room in the corners. He's doing a really good job of pushing Tommy Ryan on the low side there.
Another thing too is I'm seeing that the top side's just not tucking up. They're not very tight up there. Is that another product of what we're seeing with these cars? I mean, because they're not getting tight, there's no way they're going to get past those lead cars.
That's what I was alluding to earlier, that the other two classes of cars, the trucks and the Xfinity, you can suck up a lot easier, and you can kind of get that side draft a lot easier. These Cup cars, it's a lot more challenging to do. It seems like the dirty air affects these Cup cars a lot more. So it just, like you said, Trey is trying to get to the outside there. He's got a good move now. He actually might be able to get up there. I don't know.
Well, he got a good push by Malik Ray down the front, down the front stretch right there. Mike Kelly's right there tucked in behind of old Tommy Ryan. So it's just a good battle for the lead right now with 8 laps to go here at Daytona tonight.
Well, like you were saying, you don't even have, like right now, he's not in the lead, but if you notice the last lap, he was credited with the lead. He just had his nose just enough across that line to be credited with the lead. That's all he needs to win this race.
That's it. That's all you got to have. Inches, centimeters here. This is a sport where inches matter. And I'm going to tell you right now, he just needs to, but he has nobody up there. Malik Ray drops down back to the inside. Is going to leave Trey Edson up there all by himself.
All by himself. Yeah, he's all by himself. He's got no help. He's trying to find a spot to tuck into. He can't find anything. Yeah, he just got, that's the product. If you go up high, you just don't know.
Well,
you don't know
if he can bring him back to the front. Malik Ray's up high.
Yeah, he's got Josh Parker behind him. He's trying. They're trying to make it work there.
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys are close. I mean, they're trying it. What you're seeing is each guy's jumping up, trying the outside. They try for a few to get back in line. Now Malik Ray's stuck up to the outside.
They're testing each other. The guys are seeing who's going to go with me, who's going to work with me, who's going to push me, who's not going to push me. A lot of these guys are just, it's the luck of the draw. Who's going to work with you?
And
you can't go out there by yourself.
How many friends do you think Malik Ray's got out there?
Oh, absolutely none. He wins. He's got none when it comes to this. Nobody's going to work with him. They know he's fast. You're not going to work with the fast guy. Why do you want to push the fast guy to the front? You want to get to the front yourself. So he's not going to have any friends here. Unless it's a friend of circumstance. That's the only way he's going to have a friend.
Well, right now, you're seeing Josh Parker right there. He's looking to the outside, maybe trying to see what he can do. He's going to see if he can run along with Malik Ray. You got Trey Edson up there, too. Now you see Mike Kelly, big one. Oh, we knew that was about to happen. Man. Boy, they're still wrecking.
Mike Kelly stuck his nose out of the high side, and it just disturbed the field there, guys. I don't know I didn't exactly see what happened.
Well, I'm watching a replay here. Let's show them. Mike Kelly, you're right. He went high. When he did, Josh Parker just went around, and then actually Trey Edson bumped off the side of Malik Ray because they actually kind of just got connected. And the 54, Michael Prister, they got together. I don't think they hit a lot down there, but wow. Well,
that's got some contenders there. Wow.
Here's the thing. They crossed the line. They're going to have to hurry up and get this thing cleared up. If not, this could be over with.
I was just looking at that too. We might have one to go, but we'll have to see here. I don't know.
Yeah,
Tommy Ryan
folks,
might have secured this, but we don't want to call it yet, obviously. It's too early. But yeah, that
Yeah, we're going to have to see, folks, we're going to hold right here. I'm not going to say 100% that we're done, but I'm showing, I know my ticker usually says 5 to go, but usually it's 4 to go. If they can get everything cleared up, nobody pits, but I know somebody's going to pit. If nobody goes into the pits, we might be able to get this one back running. If not, boy, I tell you what, Tommy Ryan might have just stole this one.
Yeah, he might have just stole himself a Daytona win.
And Mike Kelly, Corbin Hemstreet, top 3 guys right now.
Yeah. Malik just shy of a podium finish there. And look at Jonathan Goodell, 7th.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about him
all night. I know, he probably wanted to be like End it.
Yeah, he'd be happy to finish it here too. Steve Gottschalk, I know he'd love to have an 8th place finish. He'd just be he's been having some bad luck.
Holy
Casey
cow.
Duncan.
Man, that guy, I tell you, that's another one. All season long, Don, we talked about him just getting a target on his back every time he turns around. He's getting in somebody's trouble.
Definitely.
And look at Jose, he's going to be in 5th. But KC, man, oh wow, what would be a good finish in. But again, folks, don't want to call it official yet. I've seen craziest things. We could have a green-white checkered here. Ticker shows 4 to go. If they can get these guys lined up, nobody, man, goes into the pits or anything, we might be able to get a one to go situation.
Yeah, you're talking about KC. Him and Jonathan Goodell were really working with each other those last, I would say, probably 25 laps to stay right there on the end of that to work their way back up and get to the end of that lead field, and then the caution comes out, takes out a few guys in front of them, and yeah, now they're looking at 7th place, 6th and 7th place, and we might go back green. We don't know yet.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can maybe get this thing.
I want to see it finish under green.
Yeah, I would love to see a green-white checkered. That would be like awesome.
Let's see what we got. 3 laps left, 4 laps left.
When they cross the line, my
3,
ticker,
right?
usually it says 3, but my ticker says 4 to go. But usually that's counting the lap that they're on. So it's always kind of like a misleading when it gets to that point. It's usually kind of like you would be able to tell what lap we're on. Really, I think like lap 3, 3 to go probably.
Well, I'm showing lap. We're on lap 77. We're going to be coming to 78, which means we're going to
2 to go.
Yeah.
If they don't line up the next time, if the lights on the pace car don't go off next time, then it's over with. So they'll go around one more time, folks. If it does not line up, and it doesn't look like they're getting them lined up 2 by 2, hopefully they will. The lights on that pace car don't go off next time by, then it's over with.
Yeah, Tommy Ryan.
What are you hearing on the radio over there?
I'm listening to it right now. That's why I was kind of distracted. I was trying to listen. I was trying to hear if they say anything, and nobody's saying anything yet.
I'm not seeing the cars. Usually you would see them, well, lights on the pace car would go out before you'd see them line up side by side, but
yeah, I'm not
seeing if anybody's still in the pits, because that's another one that would hold us up going in the back of the field here. Don't see anybody still. Thomas George is in the pits, but I don't think that's going to affect anything. Everybody's on the track right now.
I think it matters if it's like a lead lap.
Okay.
I don't think it's over. I'm hearing that we're probably going to have a green-white checkered is what I'm being told.
That'll be awesome. So, Tommy Ryan's can definitely, man, have a one-lap shootout on this thing.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go back to green for 1 lap. These guys are barely gonna get up to speed all the way, but it's still gonna be a great finish. You're gonna see it here. If the lights go off on the pace car, we have a green-white checkered.
Yep. So here we go, and I believe we do. I'm hoping, because a lot of the guys look like they're going side by side.
Oh, they're still on. Nope, they just went off.
All right. Well, here we go.
Got it.
Green-white checkered, folks. Hang on to it. This is going to be it right here. Tommy Ryan's out front. Yeah, Mike Kelly right there in second. Corbin Hemstreet sitting in third. Malik Ray up in the fourth, and Jose Gonzalez there in fifth. Well, that's still anybody's ball game.
Anybody.
It's going to be a wild one.
The next flag, this is it. I mean, if we get a wreck and the caution comes out, that's going to freeze the field, and that's going to be it. Tommy Ryan, he's got to get a good start here. He's got to get through those gears good. He's got to watch that pace car. He's got to hope that the guy behind him pushes him the whole way, and we'll just have to see how this goes.
Well, he's got a good guy there with Corbin Hemstreet behind him.
If he sticks with him.
Corbin Hemstreet behind him. Up top, now Corbin's got a little bit of damage. Mike Kelly's got a clean car, respectively, along with Malik Ray up top. So here we go. It's going to be anybody's ball game on this one.
I'm so glad we're getting green, white, checkered.
Yeah,
I
no
did not
doubt.
want to see this finish under yellow.
Yeah, it has been a thrilling race here under the lights here at Daytona for the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky 200 here tonight for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice here. As the pace cars pulling the field around, we're going for a green-white-checkered for the final time here. They'll get the white flag, and then they'll come around, and it will be the checkered flag. The man out front, Tommy Rines, he's got control of the field right now. His pace car's out of turn 4 for the final time here tonight. What's up, Victor? How you doing? He'll take that hard left turn off on pit road. Here we go, batting down the hatches because we're going green flag racing, and it flies. Tommy gets a good jump. Don't want to get too far out in front. But, boy, I tell you what, look at Malik Ray. He is pushing that 2 car for everything it's worth.
He is really pushing that too. Oh,
And
there's a
they're
wreck
wrecking.
behind him. They're wrecking. They're wrecking.
But it will not
No
be
caution.
a caution flag. It will
Not
not
yet.
fly. Well, you got to look. Final lap. iRacing
Yeah.
does not throw a caution.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
We're staying up front here between the leader. Oh, Malik Ray gets pushed out of the way. Mike Kelly, he just moved him. They're coming to the line here, coming in a turn number 3. They're going to be 3 wide this time.
Brian, he got a heck of a lead there, but these guys might power by him. I don't know.
Last time coming into the turn. Here we go. They're all there. Look at that. Mike Kelly's up high. Jose Gonzalez is right there. He is pushing for everything he's worth. Tommy Ryan's going to pull it off here. And, man, Mike Kelly by inches beat Jose Gonzalez to the line on that one. What a finish to this race.
My pick almost won, man.
He almost did it. Pulled it off. Almost pulled that thing off, did it. Wow, that was.
And look at that. Corbin
Woo.
Hemstreet gets him the 5th place finish. Jonathan Goodell and Travis McQuistion, 6th and 7th. I mean, that's a really great run for those guys. Mitch Rollo, 8th. Great finish there. I didn't see what happened on that wreck. I'd have to look back on that. It looked like it kind of happened back in the field a little bit. It looked like it was the 91. Maybe Gottschalk got into that. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I'm just kind of going back there and showing what a little bit happened on that on the replay, folks. Kind of in slow-mo. It was a huge mess back there in the back. Those guys were. Let's go back one more time here and show you what happened. Oh, I went back too far.
Tommy Ryan sitting there with the win, doing some donuts on the start-finish line at Daytona International Speedway.
Wow.
He is a happy camper tonight.
Let's see if we can't find some of these guys here.
I know Steve Gottschalk, I just heard him on the radio. He said that he might have caused that a little bit, so.
That was a huge one right there. Well, let's see. We got Tommy Rines, who was, you know, we talked to him early in the race. He was the one who said he had the pit problem.
We talked. Yeah, you're right. I got him mistaken with Jose, but you're right. It was Tommy. We talked to Tommy and Jose, and they finished 1st and 2nd.
Wow.
So I'm going to take credit for that.
There you go. Good luck charm here tonight. There we go.
That's right.
Let me find old Mike Kelly. Where's he at?
Turn 1 Heroes, right below Steel Horse.
Turn 1, right before. Oh, there he is. Okay, good deal. I'll tell you what you're seeing right there, folks, final lap, man, slow-mo, just kind of give you an idea of what they're looking at. Was side-by-side battle, and it was a good one coming down to the line. And you're going to see, man, Malik and them. But let's bring up 3rd place, man. Tonight, it's going to be old Mike Kelly. Am I right? Yep, Mike Kelly.
Yep. We got 3rd place finisher up here, Mike Kelly. It's a crazy last lap there, man. How you feeling about your 3rd place finish there?
Well, you know, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I have a long history of getting into these last 1 or 2 lap run situations, I guess, like it always is. And usually I don't finish, so I'm just kind of sitting here in a fog trying to figure out what the heck happened there, because I had a shot to win it, I thought, and then I got bailed on, and then I was just trying to cut down in behind Malik there, and I really got to apologize to him. I mean, it probably looked like I was trying to bash him for not going with me, but I was just trying to go down in there and get behind him, and I misjudged it and caught him there, and it was just crazy from there on out. I just lucky to get a 3rd place finish, I think.
Yeah, congratulations on your 3rd place there, man. You had a strong car all night. You look like you were definitely being able to try to make that high side work, the low side work. I mean, what was the high side? It seemed like it would stall out. People just couldn't quite make it work. What was going on with that tonight?
Yeah, it was weird. It was like the energy would build up and it would go really hard. And I mean, even 2 guys could get it going and move right on up, but then it would just, like, I don't know if it was the groove changing back and forth there with the reaction of the heat, but it would just go back and forth. But we even had it going 3 wide there for a while, me and Nelson, but it was a fun race. The setup was good. You could move around. I mean, it would stall out, but at least you could feel like you were racing.
Yeah, it was definitely a good race you guys put on tonight. You have any sponsors or anybody out there you want to thank tonight?
Well, just give a shout out to the team. Turn 1 Heroes. Didn't have a great night tonight, but at least one of us got in the top 5. Shout out to you guys, of course. Great job. Always enjoy watching. And Sim500, thanks to them for putting these on. These races are a blast, and fun group of guys to run with. Look forward to it every Monday night.
Well, thanks a lot, Mike. Yeah, congratulations on your 3rd place finish. That's Mike Kelly, number 2 car, 3rd place finish tonight at Daytona.
Thanks, guys.
Good run there for old Mike Kelly, man. A good all-out run. Well, let's bring up Jose Gonzalez, the 2nd place man here, who did a fine job in himself there, coming to the line in a tore-up car. Let's bring him up, 2nd place man, Jose Gonzalez.
2nd place finisher Jose Gonzalez. You know, I'm going to take a little bit of credit for your finishing 2nd, since I did pick you to win. But how do you feel about your finish tonight, man?
Oh my God, what a steal, man! That was exciting finish. I can't wait to see the replay, man. That last lap. I mean, little by little, I just, you know, I was just trying to survive. I couldn't even keep up with the draft unless somebody else was pushing me there. I had Scott Stansel was behind me, and he was gonna work with me till the end. He told me he was gonna push me to the end. Wherever I went, he will be behind me. But then he got wrecked there a couple of laps earlier, so I was just there by myself. And then right there at the end, I knew my car wasn't fast because of the damage, but I saw the 2 and the 1 getting together, and they kind of split apart. And that was my opportunity. I just pushed the 69 because I knew he was gonna go right through them, and I would just push the 69, and as soon as he split everybody up, I would push the 2 on the inside, so that the 2 would get out of my way also to the high side, and I had the leader right in front of me, but I mean it was a little too late there. But I did the best I could, and I'm really happy about the result. I don't know why I always do good at these tracks. I don't know. There's something about super speedways that I just love.
Well, it's because you're Speedy Gonzalez. That's why,
yeah,
man. Come on.
Right.
but no, that was a great.
Right there.
That's right. That was a great, exciting finish there, man. I could still hear the excitement in your voice for having that finish. I'm sure that was really fun racing there, man. Do you have anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to mention?
Well, yeah, I want to thank Scott for helping me out there and you know keep up with the draft. If it wasn't for him pushing me, I would probably fall back. So you know, big props to him too. You know, in Daytona, you need help, you need buddies there in the track, and so yeah. And I would like to thank all the admins here at Sim500. You know, it's a lot of work that they do, and we appreciate it. And you guys do an awesome job. So thanks to you guys.
Well, thanks a lot, Jose. We appreciate that, man. Yeah, congratulations on your second place finish tonight. Maybe see you next week and keep the ball rolling there.
All right, man. What's up, Joe?
What's going on? I tell you what, it's Jose pulling it in second place here tonight. Awesome run for him.
All right.
Man, I tell you what, right there, happy guy, man, Jose Gonzalez. I tell you, and it's fun to see him come to the front. Like I said, we call him Speedy Gonzalez, but I know another guy, this guy right here. Well, we talked to him earlier. He overshot his pit, had some pit problems. But, man, he found his way back in the victory lane here and bring him up. Tonight's winner here for the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky 200 under the lights at Daytona. Tommy Rhines. Tommy's Joe in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, I tell you what, we talked to you earlier on here in the race. You said you had some pit issues, got yourself back in a hole, but you was able to stay calm, keep your composure, and bring yourself to the front. Take us through those final laps there. Man, how was it like?
It was a bunch of guesswork, man. I was coming out of the pit. I think we pitted under green, and I decided I was just going to take 2 tires and short fuel it, try to get some track position back, and the caution came out, and a bunch of other people pitted. Sorry, I got freaking Peter Pauled. And freaking decided to stay out, and next thing I knew I had to leave back, and I was like, oh, this worked out. But then I started a little worried about my fuel situation. Could have been a little bit short there, but cautions helped out, and I had about 2.5 gallons still crossing the line, so it was all good. But yeah, man, at the end of the restart, I was trying to figure out who was damaged behind me and where the push was going to come from. And Malik was pretty much going to, he's going to be the deciding factor. He got Kelly going there really good, and all of a sudden he just bailed on him. And then Mike was trying to get down and got into Malik, and I was trying to just work the lanes down the back, but the run was coming. But luckily it worked out. It was a lot of fun.
Well, and sometimes they say you're a little bit scared being a leader out front, but I tell you what, you held on to it tonight. Daytona, it was a thrilling finish to the end there. You was able to pull it out and put that 66 in victory lane here tonight. Man, you got anybody out there you want to thank?
Yeah, absolutely, man. My longtime sponsor, Northern Tool and Equipment, and there's not a lot of fans of DJ Beverly out there right now, but he's also sponsored me with Patriot Fire and Coastal Safety Auditors, but DJ will come around. But anyway, yeah, thanks for obviously Kick-Ass Beef Jerky too, man. That was a good deal for them to put on a show.
And y'all did put on a show here tonight at Daytona. Again, man, congratulations on putting it in victory lane here tonight. Tommy Ryan.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Appreciate it, Don.
All right, there you go. You have it right there.
Wow.
Let's get our unofficial results order here tonight. Tommy Ryan putting it in victory lane. Jose Gonzalez up in the second. Mike Kelly there in third. Malik Ray fourth. Corbin Hemstreet up in the fifth. John Goodell came out in sixth. Travis McQuistel, look at that, in seventh. Mitch Rollo up in the eighth. Glenn Campbell ninth. And Nick Cohan finishing out the top 10. We look through the field. Well, some guys, man, come out of here, might be happy. Some, not so much.
Yeah, I think we had some bent fenders and some hurt feelings, and we had some guys that are happy, obviously, and, every range of emotion tonight. That's just Daytona for you. It was a great race. That was a wild last lap finish.
Absolutely. I want to give a shout out to the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky.
Definitely.
Who put it on here. Kick-Ass Beef Jerky 200. What's that?
I got a promo code for the fans too, by the way, if they want. I just got it.
Oh.
If you go to Kick-Ass.
Chat also.
Okay. If you go to kickassjerky.com and you make an order and you put iRace 10, you'll get 10% off.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, there you go, folks. Well, definitely want to give a shout out to those guys there tonight as the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky 200 here. And Tommy Ryan's putting it in victory lane. Well, what a run it was for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice here as these guys put on a show like none other as we're going to leave here Daytona tonight. As we call this place, I call it the epicenter, man, but it was an awesome run. Don, got any final words?
Daytona, man. What can you say? It was a great race. Congratulations to Tommy on that win. I'm really happy to see him get that. That was great. And, yeah, just a great race there. Thanks to Transervice, Kick-Ass Beef Jerky, and thanks to you, Joe.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, I'll tell you what, it was an awesome run. Had fun up here as we're going to leave Daytona. And we'll see you again this Wednesday truck series here for the Sim500 presented by simspeedshop.com. Until then, everyone, have a good night.